Literally, Homeland Security, DHS, posted a video on X explaining to people why Trump's administration, the Department of DHS, is doing what they're supposed to be doing. What it's designed to do is to get illegals out of the country, to protect the United States, to protect the borders of the United States, to shut it off, to know who's coming in and out of this country. It's a no-brainer, right? It is a no-brainer. And this has got music on it. I'm not going to play it, but we're going to cover Don Lemon. Yep, the Lemon. The Lemon with a capital L, and I guess another capital L for loser. So he is a CNN washed-up hack, left-wing, libtard, gay activist. Yeah, I said it all. You know, he's got like 1 million subs on YouTube. It's insane. It's insane. And yeah, I guess I could say I'm one of those retards that subscribe to his channel. I had subscribed a while back and kind of forgot about it because I thought, well, several months ago I subscribed to his channel, hoping the feed would come in, and then I could use it in my shows, right? I never see him in my feed. I don't know. I just never do. So, and then I forgot about it. Right? I forgot about it. But after today, this morning, getting up and seeing what this dummy did, Don Lemon, in Minnesota, what he did, wow, just opened up the lights on in my head. I went to his channel. I was like, yeah, I'm still subscribed. I found he did a 6-hour live video yesterday. So we got disgusting Don Lemon and a bunch of peaceful protesters. They commandeered and invaded a church. Yes, he did. He went in there with them. Into a church. Let's see what happens. If I can get my mouse to cooperate.
The Lord stays in your house. The training you want to get your house in order. That is correct. With the record of heights. You're interviewing. Justice for
Renee Good! Renee Good! Renee Good!
Oh my God. So they're combining hands up, don't shoot. Was that with Brown? Which never happened, by the way. You had eyewitnesses saying that Brown was on his knees with his hands up, and the cop just shoots him. Well, after each of them got interviewed, and you guys can go research this, they like, no, that's not what happened. That is not what happened. But they're saying Renee Good, and then mixing Brown in there. I said mixing Brown. I mean, this is some serious stuff, people. And Don Lemon is with them. Oh, he just wants to get a scoop. He wants those clicks. He's nothing but a grifter. He is nothing but a grifter.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are your people? Why are you not at Whipple every day fighting for the humanity, standing for our people? Where are you?
My God.
You drink your coffee, you got your jewelry, you have your nice clothes, but what do you do? What do you do to stand for your Somali and Latino communities?
Oh my God. You're harassing Christians peacefully worshiping in a church on a Sunday. This is... I'll tell you what. The whole world is under attack. They're just evil. Evil, evil, evil. Their evil agenda to subjugate, to push their ideology on the rest of us. You don't agree with us. You're the enemy. That's how they treat that. There's no compromising with these people. There is no compromising with these people. Unbelievable.
You have no comment. Exactly.
He looked like a teenage boy.
Renee, good.
Oh,
Renee,
God.
good.
Look at these retard, peaceful agitators. It looks like a lot of the congregation just left. Look, all the seats are going empty because they don't want this. This is unbelievable.
All these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives.
Comfortable white people. Comfortable white people living lavish lives. These are probably your average middle-class Americans going to church because they want to worship God. They are good people in the community, and this lunatic is saying this.
While children are dragged into concentration camps, you're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No. Jesus would dine with immigrants. Do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens.
Wow.
You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you? A very easy life while people are starving. Shame.
We've seen this same guy in several clips throughout the last couple of weeks, cussing, saying the most vile things. And he has the audacity to call them sinners. To be perfectly clear and transparent, we are all sinners and fall short of the grace. We are saved by the grace of Jesus Christ. He died to save us from our sins. His blood cleanses us from our sins to give. We got a chance, people. Yeah, we got a chance now because of Jesus. But this guy is a hypocrite. This guy is a full-fledged hypocrite.
Out now! Out now! Living real comfortable while the people starve. Living real comfortable while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're all living real comfortable, aren't you? Shame on you.
Wow.
Do something. Stand with the Somalis. Stand with the Latinos.
Wow.
Quit ignoring this injustice.
They're probably sick of being overrun by Somalis. They're probably being slowly pushed out. Some of them have already left the state. I did one on a girl, last week in one of my shows. She had bought a house, her first house. She said she could see the writing on the wall, what was coming down the pike. She sells her house and leaves.
He wears a suit and tie, and he hangs out with Kristi Noem. How is that a Christian? You're supposed to accept all immigrants, are you not? Why are you not going down to Whipple and joining us in protest against this inhumanity? You claim to be a Christian, act like one.
Well, if somebody's going to protest, if anybody's going to be protesting, especially like I have mentioned in other previous shows, that I went to some Tea Party protests during Obama regime, and it was peaceful. There were mostly middle-class Christian conservatives there. And it's night and day, people, between these peaceful protesters and the Tea Party. It's night and day. It is night and day, for sure. All right, so you saw the agitators in that clip. So now we're going to look at Don Lemon is with them, by the way. Yeah, the grifter. The piece of excrement. I am trying not to cuss, ladies and gentlemen.
Watch this guy here, look, hugging his kid. And, you know, I've imagined it's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here. But again, careful. It's
Do you think so? There's children in there? Oh my God, this guy. I can't stand him, by the way. I can't. Nothing about him. He is so disingenuous. He is such a hypocrite. Deep breaths, Rochelle. Deep breaths. Look, he's hugging his children. I imagine it's traumatic. You think? Shouldn't he have called the police? But no, he followed them there. Knowing this is wrong. This is wrong. This is a house of worship. He has no respect. He's a left-wing libtard homosexual, openly. Do you think he believes in God? I'm going out on a limb here. He doesn't believe in the God of Abraham. I'm just going out on a limb, and I don't think it's too far-fetched. And he does this.
very slippery right here. Yeah. It's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here, but that's what really, careful, please, really slippery. Not kidding. That's what protesting is about. And so, watch this guy here, look.
That is what protesting is all about. It's about traumatizing children in the house of God, in the house of worship. Yeah, he cared more about his camera guy. Yeah, watch your step, because it's really icy. Just be careful. Oh, look. They're hugging their children. It must be traumatizing. All right, here we go. Here we go. Pastor rips leftist Don Lemon for storming his church in Minneapolis to oppose ICE and harass his people. Now under investigation by the Trump DOJ. Okay, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt the public gathering of Christians in worship. I have to take care of my flock. Here's Don Lemon. Okay, listen, there's a Constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest. Not in a church, you idiot! Not in a church! What is wrong with you? The pastor says, we're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world. And here we go. This lunatic. My God.
This is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So,
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
okay, but listen, we live in there's a Constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world.
The Department of Justice is investigating the incident with Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights Harmeet Dillon saying they're looking into violations of the Federal FACE Act for desecrating a house of worship and interfering with Christian worshipers.
All right, so you ask yourself, what's the FACE Act? What is this? Now, there was a lot of good footage from these people that have been posted on all these social media platforms, especially the one guy with the beard that we were seeing is like, you call yourself a Christian? You're not out here protesting with us? And he's screaming and hollering. He should be charged too. The black woman that was walking in and shouting, and any other face recognition that they can get to get these people, and especially Don Lemon. So what is the Freedom Act, you ask, and why is this important to use this act? Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act, FACE Act, is a United States federal law enacted in 1994, signed by President Bill Clinton. Wow. It prohibits the use of force, threat of force, or physical obstruction to injure, intimidate, or interfere with anyone seeking to obtain or provide productivity health services, including abortion, contraceptives, fertility treatments, or related counsel. So he probably did this for the abortion clinics. Similar interface with anyone exercising the First Amendment right of religious freedom at a place of worship. International property damage to productive health facilities or places of worship. Well, maybe I am. I think it's for reproductive health services. Yeah, because they were under attack too, including abortion, contraceptive, fertility treatments, and related. So it's for both of them. It's for both of them. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to suck in what I'm hearing because reading. I'm really angry. I'm angry at this. Let's see. The law explicitly protects peaceful protests and express conduct under the First Amendment, such as picketing, as long as it does not involve force, threats, or obstruction. Background and purpose. Congress passed the FACE Act in response to escalating violence against abortion providers and clinics in the late 1980s. I guess I was right. In early 1990s, including blockades, bombings, arson, and the 1993 murder of Dr. David Gunn. It also extends protections to places of religious worship. Enforcement and penalties. So I guess when they made this law, it's got to cover all of it, don't it? The Department of Justice enforces it. Oh, Happy Mouse, sorry. Department of Justice enforces it through criminal prosecutions and civil actions, including fines, imprisonment, injunctions, and damage, with statutory damages of $5,000 per violation available in civil cases. Aggravated individuals, state attorney general, or the U.S. Attorney General can bring civil suits. Recent developments as of January 2026. The law has been invoked in prosecutions and anti-abortion activists for clinic blockades, as well as in calls to protect crisis pregnancy centers and religious sites. So, okay, I do remember back in the 80s we had some situations where we had some really deranged people. Obviously, they hated abortion and then blowing up abortion clinics and this kind of stuff. So they enact this act. But guess what? This act is going to help protect. Look, how they say anti-abortion. It should say pro-life. Anti-abortion. The way they word things drives me nuts. Let's see. Let me get my thing right. Attempts to repeal the FACE Act have been proposed in Congress, opposed by reproductive rights and infertility advocacy groups concerned about access to fertility clinics and other services. They do not need to redo. On January 19, 2026, a protest disrupting a church service in St. Paul, Minnesota area involving anti-ICE activist and broadcaster Don Lemon promoted calls for some conservative figures for FACE Act investigations, citing its protections for places of worship. I don't see no better reason. The FACE Act remains a key federal tool for protecting access to reproductive health care and religious worships from violent or obstructed interface through its application has been politically contentious. Well, if I'm like reading this right or interpreting it right, Bill Clinton, they passed this law so they can protect abortion clinics. But this also is going to protect pro-life clinics, churches. And then they're saying there has been attempts to repeal it. Wow, the left never stops, do they? Got another clip. He says, we condemn the actions of Don Lemon and the group of activists who stormed City's church today in St. Paul, Minnesota. In clear violation of the FACE Act, Christians everywhere should demand the Department of Justice arrest those who participated.
Today in Minneapolis, Minnesota, a group of activists led by Don Lemon stormed a Baptist church by the name of City's Church during their worship time. They were screaming and chanting, disrupting the singing and the preaching, because they suspected an ICE officer may attend the church. This is a violation of what is known as the FACE Act, and not only do we condemn this act, but tonight I want to demand that the Department of Justice investigate what took place in Minneapolis, apprehend those who broke the law, and arrest them accordingly. We must protect religious liberty in this country. As people meet to worship God, they have been given legally the right to enter, to worship, and to leave their place of worship. The Lord Jesus said, "In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world." I have preached for many years that there will come a time when we'll find out who are Christians by label and by convenience, and who are Christians by conviction. And certainly we're entering those days now. I believe we should pray for this congregation, and we should be vigilant as Christians to exercise our freedom, to worship our Savior, and to stand unashamed for the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I might add as a subnote that we welcome all branches of law enforcement to Lancaster Baptist Church. And so let us pause before we begin tonight and have a word of prayer and ask the Lord to bless and to meet the needs in this situation.
The video stops when he gives the prayer. But this is, evil is real. We are battling, Christians are battling the battle against psychological warfare and spiritual warfare, which they're brain rotting our children, brain rotting us. And some of us are more susceptible to this brain rot, obviously. So Don Lemon's riding in his car. I got this on super fast.
Okay, you can do it now if you want. It's fine. Is that to paint? Oh, right. Right. I can look on there. So the algorithm is so sensitive. TikTok doesn't like people driving, even though I am not focused on driving. Someone else is driving, and even though he's not focused on driving, somebody else is driving. Yeah.
So there you see, he's in his vehicle, and he is riding to the church. And listen what he says here.
They're getting the operation together. Again, this is an operation that is secret, that they...
So why is it secret? Maybe somebody knows this is bad. This is bad. And I also just heard something about cross state lines. So there could be... So we just read in the article, they could get like $5,000 fine. They could serve jail time. But I guess apparently if you cross state lines too, it's even worse. Let's see, what does this person
to the
says?
FACE Act, an obvious and egregious.
There was that. Hold up. Let's see, what does this say? This says Don Lemon told the truth just moments before they laid siege to a church. Don Lemon. They're getting this operation together. This is an operation that is secret. I can't tell you what's going to happen, but you're going to watch it live unfold. You're going to watch it live unfold.
Invited folks out. Can't tell you what is going to happen, but you're going to watch it live unfold here on the Don Lemon Show. There are for this reason it may look like MAGA coded, but there's a reason they have.
So what is that? Is that his boyfriend? He's pointing him. Come get the shot with me, baby. I don't know. Maybe he's dating a white guy. I don't know. Who cares?
So many white people here. I'm just going to be honest.
Oh, there's so many white people here. What? Black people don't go to church? Why did you go to a black? Oh, you know there is predominantly black churches. There's predominantly white churches, and there's churches that has everybody in it. Let's be real. So why didn't they go to a black church? Why are they picking this church? We are under assault, ladies and gentlemen, the white people of America and the white people of the world. And this is not a conspiracy theory. They are wanting to replace us with low IQ third world invaders. Yes, they are.
Because of the operation that they're doing today, it's important to have allies, as they said, white allies here. So That is what I could say. I turned our camera off of them because they're giving some critical information here. But there we go, everybody.
Critical information? What kind of critical information? Good God. We're not going into the church to sit and worship with them. We're going to go in there and disrupt. This is what we want you to do.
Everybody's ready to go. Let's go. Okay. Thank you guys thanks for allowing me to be here. Thank you guys.
So somebody alerted him. Now, we all have seen in past, just in the last week or so, of footage from these deranged idiots that if you're not CNN, they'll leave you alone if you're CNN. But if you're anything else, boy, man, they're gonna just jump on you, harass you, and run you out of town. But if you're Don Lemon or you're CNN was probably smart enough to know not to show up to this. I don't know. I mean, maybe. Or PMSNBC, MS Now, Eyeball News. But Don Lemon, guys, he had to have gotten the heads up. We saw him in his, look, here he is driving there. This is him on Don Lemon. He streamed this live yesterday.
What time? I live in Northern Ontario. It's cold and snowy. Says
and he's got 348,000 people have watched it. And he recorded this for 6 hours.
I'm watching. Don on the scene. People are watching. My friends are watching. Nothing is happening now, and it is very cold.
And he's doing this live. 6.5 hours. This live show.
Here.
And then I don't know how it's going to conclude.
But again, this is just the beginning of this clandestine operation that they're doing here because of some inside information that they got. So this is going to be very interesting. I don't think we can go inside, right? No. No. We can stand outside.
Just FYI.
Oh, he ends up going inside. I've got this on super fast.
2 times. 4. Here. Oh, okay. So we're right on time.
Right on time, yeah.
So he's saying they're right on time. He's going. Somebody had leaked him this information. I don't know what is happening with my computer. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
How are you?
Good
to see you. We're on. We're not saying what it is, what's going on, but thank you. Tell us why you're doing this.
So
Thank you. Basically, he's saying thank you for emailing me, texting me, and telling me to be here so I can get more views, more clicks, more likes, more controversy, because he's a grifter.
This is Nakima Levy Armstrong. She's on the show
Nakima
on
Levy
Friday.
Armstrong, civil rights attorney, longtime activist here in the community. And
So wait a minute. She's an attorney? Wow. So I guess she don't know that this is against the law.
And, we protest and do activism in all kinds of ways.
Really?
This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere that is a key location. They don't expect us to come there. And
Why is a church a key location? Ask yourselves this question, ladies and gentlemen. Why would the church be a key location?
then we disrupt business as usual. So that's what we're about to go do right now. We've had a lot of success with the times we have done Operation Pull Up.
Yeah.
After George Floyd was killed, we went to the Police Federation head's home and staged a demonstration there. We also went to the head of the U.S. Marshals from Minnesota after Winston Smith was killed by the U.S. Marshals. We went there after Dante Wright was killed when AG Keith Ellison.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, she's a DEI retard is what she is. I haven't watched this clip, so we're going to watch it together. But this person had posted it on X. Says, Don Lemon, the grifter, loses it after a much smarter man shuts down his gaslighting attempts at the Minnesota church that was stormed by far-left agitators. Lemon was seen harassing the man and following him around as he tried to leave. They've emptied a house of worship. That's what Don Lemon and them did. He emptied a house of worship. That's what he did. Let's see here. I think I'm going to just speed it up just one notch. Just one notch. Let's go.
These people have come into our house and they've interrupted our worship. This is a house of peace, and we try to proclaim that. And this stirs division and rancor. And in the end, it's not helpful. Ultimately, I believe they've lost. They've emptied a house of worship. Everybody's gone home. Their point has been proven worthless. And so, in the end, I think they lose. But more importantly, if I was to break into any of their houses uninvited, cause derision and upset according to their values, I would be kicked out ultimately.
Could you imagine, if you will, ladies and gentlemen, let's say hypothetical, if it was a white journalist grifter, all right, and he goes in with a bunch of agitators into a black church. I would think there would have been a big brawl. I think the black people probably, I mean, I don't know. But they're very, I think white people are more passive. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. So I don't know if it's too far-fetched to say that a black church, that the men in the black church would not accept this. Like 50 people just come in and start shouting and holding up signs and hollering and hooping and hollering. It would have been, I'm just going on a limb. I think it would have been complete chaos. It would have been complete chaos.
Not a good way. I feel violated. I feel interrupted. I feel angry.
May I ask you something? When you were saying if you had showed up at their house, they're saying that people are showing up at houses where they're citizens or without due process and breaking and entering the house. One that we saw, I've been watching from New York.
Oh my God, he's equating ICE agents going and getting criminals out to these people invading a church. Full display, people. You see what Don Lemon is saying. I didn't put those words in his mouth.
New York with a battering ram into someone's private property, and there's no recourse. There's no.
Well, it ain't their property if they're illegal. Now, are they? You tell me, people.
You understand what I'm saying?
This is all part of a much larger dialogue, in my opinion. On one side, people who watched a previous administration bring 12 million people in over the course of 4 years, and many of them undocumented, many of them criminals, etc. This is another administration's corrective. Now, whether you agree with the policies or procedures, I think I could actually be sympathetic to some of the things where there have been challenges to action and decency. At the same time, these are what are called targeted interventions by ICE to keep the American
I don't know what's happening.
people safe.
If I respectfully may interject here, I've been out reporting on a lot of these, and they're not targeted. There are no warrants signed by a judge. Let me finish.
They don't have to have a warrant by the judge. The federal officers do not. Don Lemon is so disingenuous. Oh my God. I'm not even an attorney, or I'm just a little lovable fuzzball regular American citizen, and I know, and I've already heard, they don't need all that. They know where an illegal is. They go get them. They don't need a subpoena. They don't need all this gobbledygoo.
And they're American citizens, many of them. Most of the people that they detain don't have criminal convictions or criminal records.
I'm not going to get into the weeds.
But you should know that, though. Don't you think that's part of it?
Yes, and I could also show you many opposing sides where we're also picking up the very criminals that have put Americans in danger.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying it's pretty. I'm not saying it's not messy. I'm not saying it couldn't be better. I'm saying this is a part of a much larger dialogue in which one administration caused a great deal of chaos and havoc and danger for American citizens, and another is trying to correct that.
Do you believe that? Why honestly, let me talk to you just on the
not a journalist.
Yes, I am. I want to give.
Wait a minute. Do you believe that? He says, do you believe that? Well, yeah, because that's what's true. We saw it. During the Biden-Harris regime, we saw images of people climbing the walls, them tearing up the barbed wire, and not ICE agents, Border Patrol's helping them, moving them back, getting the people through, the gates wide open, people pouring in. We saw it. Yes, this is true. Where the hell did all these Haitians come from? Where the hell did all these Somalians come from? From Biden administration, let them in. And now this administration's trying to get them out. And that's what he was elected for. Shut the border down and get these people out. Don Lemon is a piece of excrement. Ugh, I'm trying not to cuss.
Give you the facts.
No.
Did you know that undocumented people and immigrants commit far less crime than American citizens?
We're done here. We're done here.
Than natural-born Americans? You won't listen.
If you could ask
I'm
an
giving you the
objective
facts.
question
It
and not
is.
give me facts, I would have a conversation.
But I can respond to you.
No,
Did Jesus stand with the oppressed?
Because he doesn't want to listen to facts.
That's it.
No, he don't want to listen to your stupid facts because your facts are wrong. Your facts are twisted and evil. And you have evil intent in your heart. Yes, I said it. Don Lemon has evil intent in his heart. This is on full display in front of your own eyes, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the interesting thing about this is that they won't listen to facts.
No.
You won't because
when you
because
pose
it's
as a journalist,
I am a
and you
journalist.
ask me
Journalists give
questions,
facts.
and then you start correcting me with facts and don't have.
You shouldn't hear the facts.
Of course,
That
I should
most
hear
of the people
facts.
who are picked up
but
are
will you
not
give me the
have
facts
no-
on both sides?
That is the facts on both sides.
No.
Most of the people who are picked up and are detained are not convicted. They have no criminal convictions. They have no criminal records.
I did hear a stat last night out of, I don't know, let's say they had hundreds of illegals they picked up, right? Hundreds, right? So the hundreds of illegals they picked up were illegal, and there was only just a handful of people who were detained for a short while and then released. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But Don Lemon here is being disingenuous.
None. That immigrants commit far less crime than native-born Americans. So they won't listen to the facts. Anyways, these
Leave
folks
him
are still out
alone.
here.
Don just wouldn't leave the guy alone. He's just harassing this guy inside the church. Don Lemon is still harassing this guy inside the church. All right, I haven't seen this either. It says Don Lemon is really spiraling now, and he's pretending he knew nothing about the attack on the Christian church in St. Paul, Minnesota, on Sunday until it happened. Unfortunately for Lemon, he posted a video of an interview with the ringleader before the attack occurred. So here's Don Lemon responding. And keep in mind, he is driving there. Look, we have footage. He is driving there. And he says right on time.
We can't say too much. We don't want to give it up.
We don't want to say too much. We don't want to give it up. So right there, he's saying he already knows. He knows they're going to a church. They're going to a white church. He has been notified. And he is filming it live. He is filming it live. I almost want to, and I'm sure other people have already has downloaded this video. So if he scrubs it off his website, because this video incriminates him.
I'm gonna circle one more time.
It literally incriminates him.
Yeah, you can go across. Look in the camera. You can say that. All right, now it's hot. I know it's hot as a bear's ass in here now. What the hell's going on with this? Oh my God, you've never heard that? Yeah, I think we can go in front.
No, only you would be talking about arses. Yeah, pun intended.
Maybe just pull up in front.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. And once we're done with this, we're gonna go over to Whipple.
He's disgusting.
The Whipple Detention Center, and check that out. But this is this is just very rough, off the cuff. IRL. This is a true IRL because it's not produced. We don't know what's happening. We kind of do, but we don't know how it's gonna play out. Right. And
so he kind of does, but he don't. He knows exactly where they're going.
we won't get to see the initial. Do not go down any place that's gonna get us stuck. No. We may not see the initial impact, but we'll see some of it. Can we go here? Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Maybe we can go here.
And there's the church.
So yes. So we'll get to see some of
He's
the,
excited.
What happens after this sort of surprise.
You know, it'd be good if you had your meta glasses on.
I do have
inside
them.
the building.
I may do that, but I don't know. Can you switch over to my meta? No.
I don't think so.
But I could go inside with
Well,
my
I
meta.
have
and
this
I
on.
could have the mic.
Yeah.
7.5.
I could have the mic.
But that might give it away though.
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Oh,
That's all I
gotcha.
need,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, we're gonna park it down here.
Yeah, can we park across the street over
Yeah.
there? I don't know if that's a driveway right there. It might be.
Oh, why do you want to park across the street?
I'm gonna park. Oh, that driveway right there.
Or right
Then
here.
they're gonna.
No.
He knows exactly where
Or
they're
behind my
going.
car.
Oh, yeah.
Spin it around so we can see.
He knows exactly where they're going.
We can do that.
Hey, just pass me right
Don't
here.
get us stuck. Don't do that. Come on. Or you can go there. Be mindful
Look,
and
now
do
he's going to get out of the car.
not get us stuck. Okay. This is good.
This is good.
Okay, so we are here.
All right, let's flip back over to this and let's see what he says. I don't know. That's a 6-hour video, guys. It's a 6-hour video. I'd have to just slowly go through, and a lot of people are already clipping it. Of the clips I've already got you. Now this right here, this is the whole entire 6.5 hours of his lunacy.
The MAGA administration and the fake news MAGAs are losing their mind over something that's not even true. So let me just make it clear, because this assistant attorney general, I don't know, gosh, what's her name? It's something Hammett, Dillon or whatever. So I had no affiliation to that organization. I didn't even know they were going to this church until we followed them there. We were there chronicling protests.
Right there's a lie. Y'all just saw me play a clip of the 6.5 hour video saying we can't say what, but we got an idea. I'm paraphrasing, but we're gonna find out. Somebody told them, and then we showed the clip of him talking to the DEI hire, the woman who claims to be an attorney and an agitator. He thanks her. He thanks her for letting him be a part of this. So he's being disingenuous again.
Once the protest started in the church, we did an act of journalism, which was report on it and talk to the people who were involved, which included the...
And he harassed that guy at the door by trying to give him some convoluted response about illegals and how the Trump administration ICE officers are going to people's homes because you brought up they shouldn't go into your home, but they've gone into other people's homes who are American citizens. He was harassing them. He went and spoke to the pastor of the church, and the pastor's telling him, hey, this is unacceptable. This is the Lord's house. And what did he say? He says there's such thing called a constitution. That people have the right to protest and be there. He said that with his own mouth. And he was there with the protesters. You know what? He's going to go under this disguise that he's a journalist. He's a hack. He's a journalist, and he was there to report. No, he showed up knowing he was going to get something juicy. He knew exactly what they were going to do.
The pastor, members of the church, and members of the organization. That's it. It's called journalism. First Amendment, all that stuff. For all of you people who believe in the First Amendment, absolutist, there you go. So why don't you talk to the actual person who is in charge of the organization and whose idea it was to have the protests at the church before you start blaming me for stuff for which you have no idea.
I'm not blaming him for the protest per se. I'm blaming him because he knew what was happening. He followed them. He knew it was a church. And he probably should have been smart enough to know. Maybe he needs to start consulting an attorney before he does things. But I hope they can get him, because now he's going to hide under the guise of, I'm a journalist. And he followed them there. He thanked that woman for letting him be a part of it. It's insane. Oh, this person did a good job clipping this. Check this out. This is a good job. This is a good job clipping this on X.
MAGA administration and the fake news MAGAs are losing their mind over something that's not
fake
even
news.
True. I had no affiliation to that organization. I didn't even know they were going to this church until we followed them there. We were there chronicling protests. Once the protest started in the church, we did an act of journalism. They're getting the operation together. Again, this is an operation that is secret, that they invited folks out. Can't tell you what is going to happen, but you're going to watch it live unfold here on the Don Lemon Show. There are for this reason, It may look like MAGA coded, but there's a reason they have so many white people here. I'm just going to be honest. It's because of the operation that they're doing today. It's important to have allies, as they said, white allies here. So that is what I could say. I turned our camera off of them because they're giving some critical information here. But there we go. Everybody's ready to go.
So he got to hear the critical information. He knows what's about to happen. He was invited there. So he knows everything that's going to happen. But in the guise of journalism, he gets a pass?
Let's go. Okay.
He's going to get a pass?
Thank you guys thanks for allowing.
I mean, he's going to get a pass for this. Look at here, my guy, Andrew Branca. The Andrew Branca Show on X. He says this is a confession of terrorism. Now, Branca's an attorney. Now, his forte, his expertise is in the law of self-defense. But this is what he says. This is what he says. He says this is a confession of terrorism. Let's see.
You heard what some of the folks said in there, that this is, they shouldn't be there and, they shouldn't be uncomfortable and this is our house and whatever. That's what protesting is about, is to make people uncomfortable. You may not like it, but, I mean, if they went into a church, any church, you heard what some of the folks said in there.
Unbelievable. And that's the clip Andrew Branca just posted. This says this heinous act that occurred in Minnesota yesterday, receiving the highest level of attention from the DOJ. AG Pambondi and I are working around the clock because no right in our Constitution is more sacred than the freedom to assemble and pray to God. This is crazy.
The Attorney General has been on this from the moment it happened. There are already 2 prosecutors from my office on their way to Minneapolis, and they'll be there this morning. We have an FBI team assembled and local prosecutors as well. This is going to get the highest attention from the Department of Justice because there is no more sacred right in our Constitution than the right to assemble and pray to God. And there are federal laws that protect that right. And what happened here was a shameful exercise of virtue signaling, disruption, fear, terror. You can see children in this video being ushered out the back by their terrorized mothers. And this is illegal. And I want to add that the Biden administration prosecuted people peacefully praying outside abortion clinics for much, much less. The Attorney General has been on this from the moment it happened.
Y'all know, you know them by their fruits. You're going to arrest peaceful protesters praying outside of an abortion clinic. But you're not going to do, you better do something about this. And look, this is what Elon Musk tweeted. He got 35 million retweeting this. This guy says, I'm no historian, but I don't think there's ever been a situation in the last 100 years where the people storming the churches were the good guys. 35 million. Seen that. Michael Nome's tweets protesting is actually about petitioning the government for redress of grievances. The word for traumatizing kids at a church to affect political ends is terrorism. This says Don Lemon after storming a church with a mob of leftist extremists says that's what protesting is all about. It's to make people uncomfortable. And we've already heard him say that. A brief interruption for something that we can all get around. Boom. It's a Karen chasing an ICE officer. And ow, oh, my head. Maybe she'll get up and maybe the head injury affected her brain damage and she'll become normal. Here it is one more time. Boom. Lovely. Isn't that lovely, June? Isn't it lovely? Oh my God, we found a retard. This man, William Kelly, a ringleader for the mob that stormed a Southern Baptist church yesterday, is part of a group that so severely harassed Christian church in D.C. that they sent a church member to the hospital with a shattered eardrum. Details. Okay, so let me get him in here. Let's see. This person had wrote, I had the honor of protesting with whatever the stupid person's name is in their Radical Justice Network. What is that? Wakima Armstrong? I'd say big time retard.
Today we had the honor to protest with Nikema Armstrong and the Racial Justice Network. Just like Jesus did, we went into that church and we flipped tables peacefully.
So he's saying that he did what Jesus did? Like what? When Jesus went and flipped over the tables for the taxes? These people aren't collecting taxes. They're peacefully worshiping Jesus. They're praying for the country. They're praying for the unrest to stop. And what are you doing? You're perpetrating it. Evil becomes good and good becomes evil, ladies and gentlemen, because this guy is delusional. He thinks he's doing actually something good. Unless he's being disingenuous and lying just to keep this momentum going because he's got a bunch of brain rot people following him. I don't know. You pick it. Whatever. I mean, this guy's delusional. He's thinking he's doing Jesus' work? Are you serious? I don't know what's happening with my computer. I thought it got fixed. It was doing this several months ago, and now it's doing it again. Sorry.
Renee, go!
Oh, good God. This is just terrible. And we saw all this. But I wonder who... This Megan person had posted this. So apparently the bearded guy, which his name is William Kelly. Please, ICE agents, go after him. And you don't need a subpoena or a warrant. Which I'm not sure about in this case, if they need a subpoena or warrant to go after them, because he's elite, he's legal, right? This is them entering the church. Let me get a better connection. I don't know what's going on. It's just chaos. This is terrorism. This is terrorism. And this is from Don Lemon's page, y'all. This is his cameraman. This is him filming this. And I think since they're live, that's why it's freezing on their part, not on my computer part. It keeps saying
so the protesters are complaining. Church members and leaders, they stopped the service. A lot of people, a number of people have left. There are some who are still sitting here.
Are you okay with the injustice that's happening in your city? Are you okay?
I'm just here. I'm just here photographing. I'm not part of the group. I'm just here photographing.
Now, keep in mind, I've got this sped going fast until maybe if something comes up, because this is massive and we're just going to catch some of it. 6.5 hours of this. And I guess he goes somewhere else.
House of the devil.
Excuse me, sir. Can I get right here? Thank you. I'm sorry. So you can see the protesters here have gathered over here. They're in the middle of the church. So in the beginning of the church service, the pastor was speaking, and Nikema stood up and said her piece, and then the protesters surrounded her. This is a clandestine mission.
Do you think they got Don Lemon to come and film this live? They trust him to give them a platform? Now, I know they're going to have to prove this. They're going to have to take his phone, all of this stuff. How much did he know before he went? Did they do this so they could have a big... Because he has 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I don't know how many he has on X. I don't even know. The guy's a moron. but he has a large platform, and a lot of the rest of them, of the protesters, I'm sure they're filming their garbage too. Like you saw that Kelly guy, William Kelly, he was filming as well.
I think they found out according to them, this is according to Operation Pull Up, that one of the pastors here is a member of ICE. And so, here we go. Yeah. So, the pastor is over there. And so they're screaming when they good. But so far, no one has been hurt. People are just really angry and upset. And members of the church are trying to get them to calm down. But this is the beginning of what's going to happen here. When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street, you start dragging them and hurting them and not abiding by the Constitution, when you start doing all of that, people get upset and angry. And if you remember.
So when ICE does their job, this is what happens, that innocent people at churches have to be harassed. Is that what Don is saying? Did I hear that correctly? This is what happens. This is what happens when innocent people are arrested for breaking the law. Don Lemon is on record saying it is not against the law to cross the border illegally. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, go Google it. I only report the facts.
What the civil rights movement was about.
And that's what the civil rights movement is about? What? What civil rights? Illegals don't have rights. They don't have any rights. If you got a green card, or even if you just became an American citizen and you start acting a fool, they can revoke that. It's a privilege. It's not a right for an illegal or for somebody to become an American citizen. That is a privilege, kind of like you getting a driver's license. So it can be taken from you. You start acting a fool, and they're going to take it from you and deport you.
This movement was about these very kinds of protests. And for some reason, in our modern era, people think that in order to have protests, you got to be, cordoned off to a certain area and, what time you can protest. There's nothing in the Constitution that tells you what time you can protest. You can protest at any.
Well, honey, Don Lemon, you can't protest in a church. It's the FACE Act, retard.
That's the whole point of it, is to disrupt, is to make uncomfortable. And that's what they're doing. And that's what I believe when I say everyone has to be willing to sacrifice something. You have to make people uncomfortable in these times. If you see how uncomfortable people, uncomfortably, and how harsh people are being treated.
So he's promoting this too. He's endorsing this. So I don't know if there is any legality to that he's endorsing this. He's saying it's okay. He even tells the pastor they have a constitutional right to be there.
Treated on the streets, you have to be willing to go into places and disrupt and make people uncomfortable. That is what this country is about. Nakima is over in the middle.
Yeah, they keep losing the connection. I think he's going live from TikTok. He was saying why he was riding in his car. And this is why it keeps happening.
So David Easterwood is a pastor here, and he also serves as the director of the field office for ICE in St. Paul. David Easterwood. Are you sure? Yes, City Church, yes.
Oh, so they went there suspecting that their ICE officers are there worshiping God on his day off, but y'all got to go get in his face and terrorize him with terrorist things.
And that's why we're here, demanding justice for Renee Good and letting them know that this will not stand. They cannot pretend to be a house of God while harboring someone who is directing.
Wow, they can't pretend to be a house of God because they're harboring an ICE agent? She is insane.
ICE agents to wreak havoc upon our community and who killed Renee Good, who almost killed a 6-month-old baby. Enough is enough. I am a reverend on top of being a lawyer and an activist, so I come here in the power of the Almighty God.
Oh, you're a DEI. You probably got a whole bunch of credentials.
For righteousness, truth, and justice.
Is this the gentleman you were explaining to? Okay.
Guys, this is just 50 minutes into his 6-hour.
I'm interested in being recorded. Are you sure?
Okay, this is on their part, by the way.
You remember the church? I'm not. Okay, I thought you were church.
You'll see David Easterwood.
Who is the person that we should talk to? Is our pastor or something?
I might have run away.
All right, let's see if we can find him. I'm going to talk to the pastor.
Now he's going to go find the pastor.
Hi, hello. Hi. Let's see if we can talk to the pastor.
What does he think the pastor's going to say to him?
Pastor of the church?
our church had gathered for worship, which we do every Sunday, and we were interrupted by this group of protesters. We asked them to leave, and they obviously have not left. So,
What do you think of this?
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So,
But there were folks who
Another administration's correct.
So we
Now,
saw
whether-
that.
I have nothing to hide, so I'll talk to you guys. But you shouldn't have given me a
You'll see David Easterwood's name there. If you Google him, you will also see him at a press conference that was held by C-SPAN, standing next to Kristi Noem. And also the lawsuit that was filed by the ACLU in December on behalf of 6 Minnesota residents that just went in front of Judge Melendez, and where she put an injunction against ICE for them being able to retaliate against peaceful protesters. His name is in those court documents.
Black robe, tyrannical, inferior judges, Biden appointees. Oh, they know what judges to go to.
Again, as a director of the...
And when she says the ACLU, you know it's a bunch of leftist nonsense, because that's all they become. I don't know why my computer's acting up. It's driving me crazy.
Field office for ICE in St. Paul. That is unacceptable. How can you be a pastor of a church but overseeing ICE agents in the field? We know that ICE agents just killed Renee Good. We know.
No, we didn't. No, we don't know that. They're justifying harassing a pastor of a church. That has nothing to do with the ICE agents, has nothing to do but teach their flock God and turn to Jesus. That's what they're doing. And she's accusing him of harboring a fugitive. That's basically what she's saying, right? The church, he knows he's got a murderer and ICE agents in there that are doing this harm to the country. It's pathetic. This is pathetic.
We know that they shot a Venezuelan nationalist. We know that they almost killed a 6-month-old baby in North Minneapolis.
Oh, God.
As well as terrorized their whole family of 6. Had to send 3 of their children to the hospital, 2 of which had asthma, as they fired tear gas and flashbang grenades at the cars of innocent.
Well, if you dumbass libtards weren't out there, none of this would be happening. Just saying. And we all have seen these retards bringing their babies and bringing their children to these protests. So they can have this kind of spotlight, this kind of reaction, this to say, oh, look what they're doing to the children.
People. We know that they drag people out of their cars, out of their homes. They drag pregnant women. They beat and attack immigrants and U.S. citizens. So how dare somebody claim to be a pastor while overseeing evil? Absolutely not.
Wow. Evil is good, good is evil. These people are evil. These people are pure, unadulterated evil. And evil calls good evil. That's what they're doing. That's what we're doing.
Absolutely not. Now, you guys heard that pastor pray. Dear Lord, please chasten us to get our house in order. That was the perfect prayer for such a time as this. Because that's what we came to do. Get your house in order. Don't pretend to be a church while harboring evil. Unacceptable. In addition to being a lawyer, I am also an ordained reverend.
So I'm an ordained reverend. Oh my God. DEI, she don't know diddly squat about the Bible. And if she did, she would not be doing this. So does this mean all churches across the United States, ladies and gentlemen, are institutions of evil? Is this what we're going to hear next? Because that's basically what she's saying. She's taking this Baptist church and saying that they're evil.
So I know what the word says, and I know right from wrong. Jesus, who they claim to worship, went into the so-called houses of God. He flipped over tables. Because he said, this is not my
He flipped over for the tax collecting.
Father's house. I don't care what you pretend. So that's what we did today. We flipped over a table for truth, justice, and righteousness. Again,
calling evil good. That's what they're doing. They're justifying what they're doing. They're justifying these poor, innocent people going out on a Sunday to worship the Lord and maybe go have lunch together and fellowship together on a Sunday afternoon. And these barbarians went in there and terrorized them. And every one of them, especially the bearded guy, William Kelly, which he used such profanity in other videos. I am surprised we didn't hear profanity. I don't know. Maybe they thought God was going to strike them down using the F-bomb every other word. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Every time y'all see those videos, they are foul language telling those ICE officers to F out, get the F out of here, you effing B. I mean, everything under the book. But I didn't hear any foul language there. So I'm wondering why.
Period. That's on God. They need to know no place.
Oh my gosh. I'm almost
If you go to the
tired of watching
website,
this.
you'll see. And it's weird that they think
That's on theirs. It's still connecting. Like I said, I think he was going live directly to TikTok.
yesterday. I could also report because I knew it was live. Sitting here claims the word to allow Ice Age demons to be unleashed on our community, terrorizing.
Ice Age demons to be released and terrorized on the streets. But you demons infected that church.
People? Absolutely not. We're not standing for it.
It's right here. David Easterwood is the acting director of St. Paul Field Office, United States, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The address is Fort Snelling, which is the Whipping Building. Here you can see the Whipping Building. You can see for yourself right here.
And then Google City Church, and you'll see him. The same man.
And when that pastor was asked, I did
Damn, they doxed his church.
ask him, are you aware that your co-clergy, that your leadership serves in this position? And he didn't have an answer for me. He wanted to front and say, you don't understand. What is that to understand?
Exactly.
Is he or isn't he?
Exactly.
Is he or isn't he? And the more I asked the question, it was, we could have this dialogue. I'm trying to have it now.
Right.
Is he or
Exactly.
isn't he?
Where's your friend?
So again, they harass them and terrorize them by questioning them. Like, why do you want these evil demons coming to your church? Why are you harboring murderers, ICE agent murderers in your church?
I wanted to tell you and your friend thank you for your service. What war did you serve in?
I was in Afghanistan 6 times, 1st Ranger Battalion.
What's your name?
Ian Austin.
Ian, and your friend's name again?
Will. He's a woke farmer on social media. But
I know he is.
Homeland Security stole my phone yesterday. They're trying to turn me into a domestic terrorist.
They stole you. Where'd you from?
They arrested me. They assaulted me and then arrested me.
You don't have your phone?
No, Homeland Security took it. Since I came from Philadelphia, they can't comprehend the concept that I would drive out here. Like, they were little agents were literally like, why would you be here? And I was like, well, I believe that my nation is under attack and this is ground zero. How could I not, stand up for what I believe in?
Yeah, what are you doing crossing state lines, buddy?
And they're like, since I came from Philadelphia and I'm a veteran, and they're coming down from the president, everyone's being told that we're all domestic terrorists. We're all domestic terrorists. So like, why was I even speaking to Homeland Security? I was like tricked. I thought we were going to be talking about the fact that I was assaulted, and then they arrested me for assault. But then
This guy's full of crap. This guy's full of crap. Let's see. Don Lennon's back in the car. Let's see. Wait a minute. What is he saying to these guys?
Are you going to be at Whipple?
Later today.
Okay, yeah, we'll be over there. All right? Yeah. Now we have to walk past law enforcement. Let's see. I might get arrested, people. One never knows. But I think we should walk on the street because this looks very treacherous. Right? What do you think? So we are here. We can go here.
He's just wanting to sensationalize anything.
Thank you very much. How are you guys? Are you guys members of the church?
Yeah.
What did you think of what happened?
I got no comments.
Okay, what about you? Nothing. Okay.
You guys take care.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh boy, crazy. Anyway, so here it is. Look, there's the police, St. Paul police right here. But they, for some reason, never came in. I thought that they would come in and try to break it up, but they didn't. I don't know if I can talk to them. Think I should try to talk to them?
Yeah, they're not going to do nothing. They're Fry and Tampon Tim's whipping boys.
We'll see.
I wonder how a lot of them feel about it. I would think a big portion of those police officers are disgusted with their own police chief and their own leadership of the state. Just saying. And the city.
Let's see if we can talk to these guys, but where's our car? Did we get towed?
No, he said he was driving it. We're right there.
Okay.
Oh,
What
that'd
happened
be
to our car?
great if they got towed. Just saying.
We thought we got towed. Anyway, so what I said was going to happen. We could not tell you, what it was, but it turned out be very, very, very careful. How you doing, officer?
Yeah, he knew what was going to happen, but he couldn't tell us what was going to happen.
That guy's on the phone. Alrighty, let's go. I wonder if this guy's going to follow us. Whoa, careful. Is this us? Is this us? They're probably going to follow you. Yeah. No? All right, just careful what you say. The mic's on. Yep. All right, so where do you want to... Let's put the... Wait, can you see? Are you looking? Be careful.
He said, careful what you say, the mic is on. That's what Don Lemon just said.
Very, very careful. Seatbelts, everybody wearing seatbelts. Oh, yeah. And put this down. Okay. So, that was interesting. Wow. Nothing, I'm good. So that was very interesting. And look, I tried to talk to some of the folks there. I don't know if you guys heard. Go in there and vote for us because I think it's important that we be recognized. It's an honor to be nominated, as they say, but it would be great if you guys could recognize us, okay? So go into donlemon.com, and click at the top of the page, and you'll see where you can vote for us for NAACP Image Awards. It's not that I don't love the other people in the categories, but I want the Lemon Nation to win. I mean, is that too much to ask? Someone said, I saw they had Malcolm Jamal Warner for Best Podcaster. I love you. Is it really laggy? Is it really bad? I still can see myself. Connection has low bit rate. Please hold your something, it says. You are weak. We're not ICE, dude. Traitors go home. So, and this is where they had the protesters behind barricades, and that's where we're going to go today. There you see the Hennepin County Sheriff's Department is there. Folks with signs, immigrants.
They're a little late to the game.
Yeah, so they're screaming F ICE. Yeah, just keep going. I guess they think we're cowards. Oh well. Yeah. Oh, our car. We're in a dark car, and our car looks very icy. Always.
There's no license plate on the front.
Back up. Yeah, turn around. Turn it in there. So, and the car is black. It doesn't have a license plate on the front. And we said when we got the car, always bet on black, and we couldn't figure it out. But you guys in the chat, so they thought we were ICE. Look, did you see them? They probably thought we were one of them.
Well, I've been skimming through, and the retard has just been interviewing other retards that are protesting, and it's just been retarded.
Herbie was fun, but in the winter when it was cold, that.
We're out here fighting this oppressing government.
I'm a Somalian.
Donald Trump is.
And they're using the vehicles as barricades, and we'll show you. Let's see if we can get here and show you. So, thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, he's just a retard, and the rest of the video, I mean, for like 6.5 hours, he's just talking to retards and just, preaching to the choir kind of thing. I will put this link in the description, and you could go watch it if you want to, or just wait for clips that people are posting. And I have been just skimming through it this whole time. And like I said, he's just been just talking to retards, and then him talking to his followers who are watching him. Yeah, it's pathetic. Oh, crap. Let's see what this says. It says Don Lemon is in full-blown panic mode. Full-blown panic mode.
Fake right-wing propaganda news alert from this supposed right-angle news network, supposed network, that I led a protest into a church this morning in Minneapolis. That is complete BS. First of all, I had no idea who the organization was until I arrived this morning. And number two, that's what every journalist should be doing, exactly what I did. What I did was report.
Wait. Y'all saw the footage I played. He's in the car heading towards the church. So he knows. He got informed. He knows it's a secret. He can't talk about it.
Go and commit an act of journalism, which is what every journalist should be doing. That's what happened. So if you really want to know the truth about what happened, why don't you check it out at the Don Lemon Show on YouTube, on Substack, and on Twitch. And follow us on any of our socials if you really want to know the truth.
Oh, God. He's just promoting himself at this point. Wow. It can't be any more clear, ladies and gentlemen. Minnesota AG Ellison needs to be arrested. Not only is he standing with insurrectionists posing as independent journalists, but it gets even worse. He is now calling impending and obstructing federal agents with a sprugla of attempted murder. Okay, let's see what he has to say. I didn't want to click on show more. So this is the AG of Minneapolis, Minnesota, people.
People should have every reason to be hopeful and optimistic. We are standing up under the worst ugly they can throw our way. Yeah. We are out here. We're not daunted. We're not afraid. We're pursuing our legal interests. We have independent journalists like you helping us to tell the story. And so there's every reason for people to be upbeat and positive. We're going to show the country what it means to stand up for true democracy, which our country has never truly seen.
Right.
But we're advancing ourselves in that direction. It's really more of a pursuit than an end goal. But this is something we're going to go through. But I just say to people, and my mother used to say this, be not overwhelmed by evil, but overcome evil with good. Yeah. And that's what we got to do. Put out that good, put out that love, put out that courage, and look at Renee Good as an example. This woman lost her life trying to be vigilant on behalf of the most vulnerable members of our community.
Really?
Yeah. And I think that is beautiful. And so we're standing where she lost her life.
Who's the most vulnerable? Illegals are most vulnerable? What is he saying?
Just a short while ago. And
as we say in this country, right, we are in pursuit of a more perfect union, not
more
perfect
union. People People should have.
Wow. He said, what my mama used to always tell me is you got to get rid of the evil with good. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up because it's already gone an hour. There's tons more. But what do you think? Is this good stomping out evil by terrorizing a church and the children inside of it? People have to flee the back of the church to leave? Don Lemon walking up the front going, oh, they're hugging their child. Like he doesn't give a crap. He doesn't. He doesn't give a crap that these children were terrorized, these young teenagers. Do you ever stop to think about not everybody pays attention to the news? They just go about their lives. Shoot, I've even gone weeks, if not longer. I just stayed away from X, or I hadn't even been on X very long, but this was prior. I would just stop. I would just be watching television series or watching movies because I just got I needed to be detoxed from the news. And I was doing videos for a while, and I took like a 2 or 3 month break, maybe longer. I don't know if y'all recall from once I posted a video to the next time I posted it. I mean, my sister was going, why aren't you posting videos? I was like, I just needed a break. She's like, there's so much going on in the news. And I said, I guess so. But I needed a break from it, right? So there are people who don't even pay attention. There are people who don't get on X. There are people who don't even know who Don Lemon is. They're going about living their lives, taking care of their families. Maybe they're still going to church. They're just focused on what they need to focus on. Maybe they needed a detox from the insanity. But nope. They're gonna squash out the evil with their good. Their form of reference, what they think is good. I mean, I don't know what more I can say. Is that number one, the black woman who is a DEI reverend, pastor, and a lawyer. I don't know how many titles does that woman have that was at the church outside? Who was the leader of the peaceful protesters? She said this was a key location. Why is that? Why was a church a key location? Oh, because she says they think. And that other guy held up a phone and said, oh, yeah, so-and-so ICE agent goes to this church. So they kind of doxed him. And this was to dispense. What did I write down? I'm trying to read my own chicken scratch here. Disproportionate businesses. As usual. This is what she says. So they go to these businesses that are doing business as usual, and they got to show up and tell them, no, this is how the milk got in the coconut. What their view of idea of what's right. No, that's not how you do things. You go vote. Legislation changes laws. You either come up with legislation to change a law. You don't do it this way. And I do pray, and ladies and gentlemen, I hope you pray as well, that the DOJ comes down on Don Lemon and the rest of those lunatics like a sledgehammer. Like a sledgehammer. Because this is outrageous, and everybody's upset about it. And this just came out. This happened yesterday. If more news comes out on it, I'll try to load it up in my show prep for tomorrow if there's any more relevant, which I'm sure there is. Because once I get done with stuff, I go back and like, oh, I could have used this. I could have used that. I mean, the information's just coming out so good. So let me know what you think in the comments. Was it right for the protesters to go in there and disrupt a congregation worshiping God with their children? And these people went in there like imbeciles. Do you think Don Lemon, the grifter, is should he be excused under the guise of journalism? Do you think at all the comments that he made, would you believe that he had full forehand knowledge of what was going to happen? And that he even said this was a secret? He didn't want to show those people film back. I guess somebody else could analyze the audio and pull the audio out of what they were saying while he was talking. When he said, "Well, we're going to pull back over here because they're discussing about what they're going to do." So they were making plans about how they're going to infiltrate the building and what they're going to do. So I know I could hear some talking in the back, but I'm sure they've got equipment. They can pull that stuff out and hear everything that they said. I don't know. Then Don Lemon gets in the car and says, "Be careful what you say. We are still live on air." So he is consciously aware of things, obviously. He is. But, I don't know, man. I'm just a little peon. But me hearing him say, him driving in the car at the beginning of his 6.5-hour live stream, he does, they are on their way. Now, he claims he was just following them. Well, why would you just follow them when there's protests going on all over the city? You just specifically followed them. Why? Ask yourself this question, ladies and gentlemen. Why did he Well, I just followed them. I didn't know what they were going to do. Now, I don't believe a word that he said that. He's just covering his ass. That's what he's doing. Like and subscribe and let me know what you think. And there you go.